The topics and opinions expressed in the following show are solely those of the hosts and their guests and not those of W4CY Radio, its employees, or affiliates. We make no recommendations or endorsements for radio show programs, services, or products mentioned on air or on our web. No liability, explicit or implied, shall be extended to W4CY Radio or its employees or affiliates. Any questions or comments should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for choosing W4CY Radio.
Taking a chance. Telling me to dance, taking a chance.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday and welcome to the Laws of Empowering Entrepreneurs. I'm your host, Blanca, and the founder of the Laws of Life platform. And everything that we do here at the Laws of Life platform is about connection, bringing people together, that we meet all around the world at our international summit on Tuesdays, at our free digital course on Wednesdays, through the various other networking groups that we attend. And it's about empowering the community to come together and to learn through the webcasting experience. So today we have an extraordinary guest. Her name is Barbara Ulmer. She is the CEO of Barbara Ulmer Translation, and she is an international translator with 20 years of experience. She's attended Oxford. She speaks multiple languages, German, French, just to name a few. And she's even an ESL teacher. She's extraordinary. So without further ado, let's say bonjour to Barbara. What is up, Barbara?
Bonjour, Blanca. It's such a pleasure to be on your show. I'm super excited being a loyal friend of your Tuesday program and also enjoying your digital classes. You are such an inspiration. I am a huge fan because you bless so many people and make them shine globally on all your platforms. You're an amazing lady. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for your support. I mean, you literally have been joining us for the Tuesday Summit, building our friendship and building collaborations. Have you been making some good connections at the summit?
Yes, I have made amazing connections. It is so global and so fantastic, and I absolutely love it. It really is an international group. Many call themselves global, but you truly are, which makes your group so fantastic.
Well, thank you. And I'm so excited because now, Barbara, you are our official translator of the Laws of Life platform. And we're going to take and this is an example of how you can take your brand global, is by working with Barbara Ulmer, who is an international translator, translating, she can translate podcasts, webcasts, books. You even translated a movie, right, in California?
Yes, I did. I worked for Vichek and did the subtitles for a German movie. So when the American market watches it, the subtitles, the English ones are mine.
Wow. So tell us a little bit about you. Where did you grow up? Where are you from originally?
I grew up in Germany. My mother and father met in San Francisco. My father is Nigerian, and he followed my mom to Germany, where I was born and raised. I also went to college there, and I have my master's in German, ESL, and French. I'm very passionate about languages and cultures, which as a result led me to write my final thesis about intercultural education, where I interviewed people in Paris while I was studying there, and also in Oxford while I was teaching there. I think language is just the most amazing way to communicate with people, just like you and I, because if I would not have learned English, how could I speak with this amazing lady called Blanca?
Oh my gosh, thank you. I mean, you really do have a gift for connecting with people. So the fact that now you can connect with people from all over the world, with all these different languages, was there something that, I guess, from your childhood or your youthful experience that inspired you to have this love for language? Was it your parents? Where did this interest come from?
Yes, it was exactly that. My father, being Nigerian, I thought at a very young age, if I learn French and English, I'm basically able to communicate with everybody from Africa, and I'm deeply rooted in my heritage, and it really works. Like in Paris, I was meeting people from the Côte d'Ivoire, and I could speak French with them. From Cameroon, in Germany, there were many Africans, I could speak with them. And it is just such an amazing opportunity because you learn so much from interacting and speaking with each other.
Wow. Now, so how long do you think it would take me if I set an intention to learn French? How long realistically do you think that would take?
So my language classes are very unique because they are custom made, and I get you speaking on the first lesson because it is a vehicle to communicate, which is different because many programs are designed to first have bits and pieces, but to really speak, and not only speak, but speak about what you want to speak about, what's interesting to you. Like if you want to talk about the laws of life, then it's not as interesting for you to just say, hello, my name is Blanca. How old are you? You see, so I designed it specifically for you. The smallest package is a 3-month package that I offer. And that will already set a very good foundation, especially since I believe in functional grammar. So I base my language education on grammar, because if your grammar is good, you just build the vocab, which shows so much more sophistication, and that's important to me.
No, that is so true. The foundational grammar is so important. And then you build around because if you don't use the right grammar, then you're automatically you're just not meshing with the culture.
Exactly. And I always say you rather start with short sentences that are grammatically correct than with long ones that are elaborate but wrong.
You know what? That is so true. That is such a good law of languages. That's what you need. You need a show called The Law of Language and Going Global, because that's what you're helping all of us go global. So what do I mean when I say go global is by working with someone like Barbara, you can get your message now across to multiple cultures. So now instead of just the Laws of Life talk show being in English, we're going to be doing it in German and French and Spanish. We're going to be doing it in multiple languages. So that way more people can get to know the Laws of Life platform, and hopefully we can get more customers for our Laws of Life digital marketing agency. Now, one of the next questions is what happens if we actually do get a French customer, but we can't speak to them in French? Well, you can hire customer service representatives that speak French, and it's not really that more expensive than what you would hire an American customer service representative. But we got to start thinking out of the box. And Barbara is a resource for everybody that's part of the platform. So I highly recommend you have a one-on-one with her and reach a plan of maybe what country would be a good place for you to start going global, and try to capture a different demographic, for your brand. So now, where do you live in the world, Barbara? Everybody wants to know.
Yes, I am at the moment in Houston, Texas.
And guess what? You already have a fan in the audience. Johnny Regan says, Barbara, you're going to take all of us global. That's right.
Thank you, Johnny Regan.
And Johnny is such a huge supporter, the founder of the Global Vision Conference. And you're coming from out of town you're coming from Texas to come with me to the Global Vision Conference. Is that right?
Yes, because I cannot miss it. It is too amazing. And I will bring my children also because they are the future, and kids are the foundation of everything. That's why I was also such a huge fan when I saw your show for kids. The idea is that we share all our God-given talents and gifts with the children because they literally are our future. And so whatever we can pour in, like you said, a great example, that's what I do with my languages as well. We need global citizens that think out of the box.
Oh, that is so inspiring. And we are so excited to host you when you come here for the Global Vision Conference on March 26th. And everybody can visit globalvisionconference.com. I'm honored that the Laws of Life platform is a sponsor. And I'm also pretty excited to announce that I'll be receiving a Vision Award at that ceremony and giving a speech. So you'll get to watch me in action, Barbara. It's going to be fun.
This is going to be so exciting. My
And
kids want to meet you.
your kids are speaking too, right?
Yes, they are. They were invited and they're super excited to speak too.
All right, well, that's what it's all about. It's all about showing up for one another. I want to celebrate our new Laws of Life Roku channel. We'll be right back after this celebratory message. So as I was watching the new Roku channel, we have 649 shows. And we could also have Barbara translate the transcriptions of some of those shows into German, French, and Spanish. And again, have captions on those shows because there's so much wisdom and knowledge that has been shared through each of those shows. And it really is a great way for you to share your wisdom with the world. And I'm just thinking of all, like, literally, there's a million ways that we can use language to go global. And if people are saying that they don't have enough leads or they're saying they don't have enough connection, then go global. Start translating your live streams into foreign languages. Start translating them into blogs of foreign languages. So what would your suggestion be, Barbara? Let's say we take the Laws of Life blog, we translate it into German, Spanish, and French. Now, where do you have any ideas on where we could distribute that translated content to reach those readers, those readers of those foreign languages? Any input on that?
Well, I think Facebook is a great platform because it's super active. It has a lot of people that can come out and have a look at it. And I think this is an amazing platform also for the business people. I think LinkedIn is utterly important. And I think when you have really high ticket clients and you have the choice to do business, for example, as a German company, and Germany has a very strong economy, and you have the choice between an American company that speaks English and an American company that speaks English and German, I am strongly believing that they would pick the German add-on company, because if you have both, you also show empathy. Although we all basically learn English in Germany, it still shows I'm interested in your language, in your culture. And so for high ticket clients, I think that's utterly important.
I think that's a great idea and very well said. And additionally, so what is some of the advantages of working with yourself as a custom-oriented coach for foreign language? What are the advantages of your model?
Yes, the biggest advantage compared to applications or other places where you are in groups, like language schools, you have the opportunity here to say, this is my goal, this is what I want to reach, with the example that I gave with you. I also work with a lot of businesses that are based in Germany because it makes sense that their clients have to come to Germany sometimes. The major players that work for the company go to Germany where the main company is, and then I prepare the parents, the mothers, for everyday shopping and or for the job in Germany, or the father and the kids, because many families like to use the local schools so the kids learn the language even more intensely.
No, that definitely makes sense. So you're really helping all elements of the family. You're helping the entrepreneur adjust to the business culture. You're helping the spouse adjust to family life, and you're helping the children adjust. So you might at times be helping multiple people in one family.
Yes, most of the time I teach the whole family because they all have different needs. That's why it's so very unique. It's really custom made. What do they need right then and there?
I love it. And you have so much patience. I mean, to learn a language with you would be just an absolute blast. And at the end of the show, Barbara has a pretty irresistible opportunity that she's going to share in the last couple of minutes of the show. I'm going to keep it a surprise because it's pretty amazing. And it's a huge gift to all the followers of the Laws of Life platform, for which we are super, super, super grateful. So your inclination is that, so you cover French, English, Spanish, and ESL. Tell us about your experience in the ESL category.
Concerning the Spanish, I work with many Spanish-speaking clients that come and seek work and life in America. And I do understand a lot of Spanish because I know French, but I focus on teaching them English in the target language and stay in the target language. So that is my angle for Spanish, which is very important because I had many clients that told me that you can literally go to some places in America like Los Angeles, and there are so many Spanish speakers that they never really get the opportunity to really learn English. And then when they go to a job, especially a higher level job, they have problems. And so this is my connection. It comes from the ESL side, English as a second language.
And what about, that's amazing. And what about translation of websites? Is that something you can help with?
Yes, I can help with that too. Because yes, again, it opens your doors to other markets globally.
I think that because sometimes there are apps where you can translate, but then you want to make sure that you have a human translating expert to verify that the website has translated properly. You can't always just rely on an app. And also with respect to learning a language, when you can engage in conversation with someone that can correct you in that moment, that pronunciation, the delivery of the grammar, how you're speaking, the cultural sensitivities, it is a massive advantage to work with a private coach like Barbara, and you can be anywhere in the world to work with Barbara. You do this on Zoom, is that right?
That's correct. I have many clients, especially since the pandemic, that moved from in-person classes to Zoom classes. Yes.
Now, has the pandemic negatively impacted your business at this point in time?
No, not at all, because my clients are very loyal. I have clients I've already been working with for 7 years and more. So they are very loyal and they follow me gladly. I build very strong relations because you see each other very regularly to be really effective. And yes, that leads them to very successful careers. It really helps them. I also teach the US Air Force German language and culture, which I do with a lot of passion. I love doing that. They also have a specific vocab again because it's focused on the US Air Force. Yes. So the vocab is also, again, very specific. So you can see they are very different fields. So it depends what you're dealing with. What is your life? Where are you? So some are stationed in Germany, some are here. And so I teach them as well, which is super exciting. And I have designed a new program inspired by the pandemic that you just mentioned, because during the pandemic, the family abuse became much worse. So there were many women and children that had to go into shelters. And I feel that the kids need something because they suffer in silence and often are forgotten in the situation. And that's why I designed an immersion language program, which is with a playful approach, so they can literally go into a different world, a bit like, you know, the song A Whole New World. And they can go there and learn another language, which will help them in the future. It's something to run with. It's something nobody can take away from them again, you know, because it's tangible, because they leave so much behind.
That's amazing. Tell us more about this immersion program. I want you to give us every detail on that because that sounds like an extraordinary vision. Tell me more.
Yes, the idea was born through COVID. And then I thought about, what if they are shy? They went through so much. They might be nervous also. And so I use puppets, which is a strong tradition in Germany, and other tangible things. First of all, they get off the screen because we are so much on the screen, which I am grateful for. But I think for kids, it's important to still touch things, you know, like if you learn the word rabbit and you have a plush rabbit, then it's just much more tangible and realistic. And the props that I use only speak the language, the target language that I'm teaching. So in essence, for example, sometimes the kids, they are so observant, say, well, I thought you don't speak English, but you spoke English to my mom, you know, because the mom doesn't speak German, for example, in German classes. And then I can say, yes, I can, but actually this person or thing or toy does not, which also depends on the kid. If it's a boy, it might be a car or a dinosaur. If it's a girl, it might be something different, again, based on what they are passionate about. And so they have a toy also that they can hide behind and open up. Sometimes they also express really bad experience through their toys, which is really amazing and liberating for them.
Well, that's extraordinary. And you know, one of the ideas I just had was, I know eventually we want to do another season of the Laws of Amazing Kids, and maybe letting some of those kids practice their foreign speaking skills on Laws of Amazing Kids. So they're not only learning how to speak on camera, but they can actually practice their foreign language skills. And you know, they're never going to forget interviewing another kid from across the world on a live stream. So there's a lot of creative things you're doing with the kids. It's pretty amazing.
And that's a lovely, lovely idea. I like it very much because it shows right then and there globally. You go on Zoom and speak to a friend, because that is also part of the idea, because I also have a program for teenagers. So when they, for example, learn the language, they start writing sooner, obviously, than the little kids. And we used to have pen pals when I was in school way back when, like real letters with pen and paper. But now they can just WhatsApp globally with a pen pal, the modern day pen pal. So I'm very excited about that too. And then they can come and interview. Well, I have a pen pal in Paris because I've started learning French. And then they can interview their pen pal.
You're 100%. I mean, and just think about this. Oh my God, I'm so inspired right now. Johnny's like, he loves our interview. He loves where we're going with this vision. But what about, like, you know, kids interviewing other kids, and then keeping that library and letting the kids watch the interviews of the other kids, keeping this library, because also by listening to the interviews, they are learning too. I mean, there's so many ways to practice the reading and the writing in this fun medium of live streaming, which is really exciting. So what we're going to do is, when we come back, I want you to share with your audience your special irresistible offer, and we're going to keep this conversation cooking. Right now, let's take a minute and just give a big shout out to attorney Tim Marecki, our personal injury attorney, putting community first. He's been our diamond sponsor for 3 years. So if anyone needs a personal injury attorney in Florida, think of Tim Marecki. Let's take a look at his message, if we can. So his phone number is 561-847-2868. And he really is an extraordinary personal injury attorney. So Barbara, tell us about your irresistible offers. What's the good word?
Yes, usually my language packages start for children at 7,500 for a 3-month package, the minimum package I was talking about. And I will offer it for the first 3 people with the code from Laws of Life for $4,999.
Wow. So Laws of Life, the first 3 Laws of Life. So this is only for the next 3 Laws of Life listeners.
Yes.
Will get a discount of $2,500 on the package of 3 months. Is that correct?
Yes, and it's 3 because 3 is a magic number, and it is the 3rd of February in 2022.
Oh my gosh, look at you. You're becoming a numerologist. So the next 3 Laws of Life listeners get a $2,500 discount on the 3-month language package. So instead of $7,500, it'll be just a couple dollars shy of $5,000 for a 3-month custom training package. That is absolutely amazing. So you're going to want to mention Laws of Life, and where should they communicate their desire to accept the offer and be one of the first 3?
Well, they can go on the Laws of Life platform, I would say, and there get the link for being the 3, because this is how we can see it, and it's inspired by you. And I love to give back because, like I said, it's a gift that never can be taken away. There are so many future things that we can work on, and that's how they will do it.
That's a great law of life. Language is a gift that can never, ever be taken away. That's massive. That is so true. And it's a huge opportunity. And if somebody studies with you for 3 months, they should get a pretty good leg up on the language. You think they could go out there and start having conversations after studying with you for 3 months?
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, if you're thinking of wanting to learn French, Spanish, German, and you want to take your game to the next level, or it's always been a dream of yours. I've always wanted to learn French. I cannot, my father spoke fluent French, and I loved hearing him. I mean, that is such an exquisite language. So how long did you study French for?
I studied for 10 years. I had a wonderful time. And I studied abroad. I taught abroad. So I had a lot of experience in studying. And I keep studying. I think it's important as a language instructor to always be a student as well, so you never forget what it was like. So at the moment, I'm studying Italian, and that's what is a lot of fun. But again, I offer English as a second language to Spanish speakers, not Spanish in itself. That's important to distinguish that.
Good to know. I'm learning too. All right, so English as a second language to Spanish speakers. So if you speak Spanish and you want to perfect your English, then ESL is another option. So we've got French, we've got German, and English as a second language to Spanish speakers. Right now, $2,500 off the 3-month package, getting your 3-month total down to $5,000 for 90 days of personal customized instruction. This is a pretty extraordinary deal. Email Blanca at lawsoflife.shop, and we can go from there, and I will put you in touch with Barbara Ulmer, the CEO of BU Language and Learning Center. And in the world that we live in today, it's more important than ever to learn a foreign language. And if you do that, it's going to, when you try, like when I travel to a foreign country and I can speak Spanish, my experience is so much better because I can actually connect with the people. I have so much more fun. How's your Italian?
My Italian is coming along because I'm a huge fashion person. So I love Italian shoes, Italian designers. And so, yes, it is working very well, and I love it very much. I'm also a huge opera fan where you also enjoy the Italian. So it is a language I was always fascinated by. So I added it to my repertoire, and I'm loving it. It's like a brand new book that you open and you add chapter by chapter with experience and joy,
That's amazing. And what other languages are on your bucket list?
Well, my daughter, she loves those animes, so she wants to learn Japanese. So when she gets started, of course, I have to join in.
Oh, that's a great bucket list goal for you to learn
Japanese. Yes, it is. And the other one I always wanted to learn is Russian because I love the Russian authors. I love Anna Karenina. And so I really would like to read the original. I've read it already in German, but that's another thing. If you have the opportunity through another language to read the original, it is so much richer than the translation because the translator also chooses the wording, And that is why I also think that is amazing. Like when I was in Paris, I read En attendant Godot, which is by Samuel Beckett, Waiting for Godot, but he himself wrote the French translation in Paris. So it was so much fun to read his own translation in French in Paris.
Wow, you are so intellectual. It's such a pleasure to talk with you. Oh my God, you're amazing. And that just actually gave me another idea, which is if anyone's out there who's written a book, Barbara could also help translate your book and make sure that it's a true reflection of your intention in that book. So I know Johnny Regan has recently launched Global Vision Publishing. So that will be another great way for the two of you to potentially collaborate on the book publishing side. And Bamal, who I know you watch his show, he also is a creator of books. So I think there's a lot of people in the summit that are going to be able to go more global because of your translation skills. So everybody, please be sure to think of Barbara Ulmer, the CEO and founder of BU Language and Learning Center. And Barbara's offered a $2,500 discount on her 3-month package, normally priced at $7,500. It's now $5,000. So you're saving $2,500 just by being a subscriber of the Laws of Life platform. That is a massive gift, and we are so grateful for your generosity, Barbara. Super, super, very nice of you. So, Barbara, I know
It's my pleasure. And your suggestions are lovely. I love Bimal. I also love Johnny Regan. So I will love to collaborate because the people on your team are out of this world, special people.
You're one of them. You're one of the special people. So I have another question for you. Now, I know that you've also been attending the digital course of Laws of Life on Wednesday nights at 5 o'clock. How has that experience been for you?
It's utterly amazing. It is so interactive. Like yesterday, for example, you promoted my YouTube channel live on the show. It was so cool and so amazing. So after looking at all those things, I can't wait to go high level with your program because it's too inspiring to resist.
Oh, wow. Well, thank you, Barbara. You're really an extraordinary individual. It's an honor to know you. I want to thank you for being a collaborator and for helping the Laws of Life platform go global. And I just remind everybody out there that anything that you create as a digital asset, whether it's a live stream, a blog, a newsletter, an article that you write, a video that you do on YouTube, translate it, utilize Barbara as your official translator, and start reaching more international audiences. And let's start thinking out of the box. Let's take our brand global. And that's your law of life of the day from me. What's your number one law of life, Barbara?
My number one law of life is whatever you have and know, share it and bless the world with it in every capacity you can, and collaborate and learn from each other and elevate each other.
Wonderful. That's so well stated. And you always elevate everyone around you. I want to thank you for being our guest of honor today on the Laws of Empowering Entrepreneurs. And
thank you so much for having me. It's been a pleasure to be on your amazing show.
You're so welcome. And I want everybody, you can meet Barbara at the Tuesday Summit every Tuesday at 11. Barbara also attends the digital classes, or just reach out to Barbara on her website, which we've posted below. And watch us here every Thursday morning at 11 o'clock a.m. If you'd like to be a guest on the Laws of Empowering Entrepreneurs, just drop me a line at Blanca at lawsoflife.shop, or visit our website at lawsoflife.shop. You can also subscribe by going to Clubhouse on Camera /subscribe. And there's a million ways to connect. You can message me on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, and we will always do our best to get back to you. I wish everybody a fantastic, empowering day, and we will see you next Thursday at 11 a.m. Have a great day, and thanks for watching.
Bye-bye.
You're like a circle that floats around me, keeping me safe and sound. And when I fall, you tied a rope to me. You're blessing me every day. I was down with an illusion, like a sparrow with broken wings. But now I shine with your reflection on me. I'm getting back up on my feet.